Hello everyone, welcome to
有
the
买家
Twins
进入
Live
直播
Show.
间了。
Today we're going to share some information about how to recycle the e-waste. We'll have introduced about our equipment of the lithium battery recycling machine, the PCB board recycling machine, and the solar panel recycling machine. If you are interested in this kind of equipment, this business, you can contact with us. Or if you have any questions, you can leave your questions in the comment place, or leave your WhatsApp, leave your information to us. Then our sales manager can contact with you immediately to give you more information about this equipment. Today our topic is how to recover the precious metals from the e-waste, like the waste solar panels, the waste lithium battery or other battery, or like the PCB board. Well, we will give you a detailed introduce about the whole line, the whole process, and give you some information about how to recover this kind of waste and what kind of products we can get, and some information about the market and our service that we can give you. We'll share in today's live show. If you have any questions, you can just feel free to ask. We are the Twin Group, and now we are in China, and we have our own factory in Jiaozuo City, in Henan Province in China. So you can also come to our factory and know more detailed information about the equipment, how to build it, and the detailed processment. You all can contact with us. So, well, today's live show is for an hour, and just all the information, all the questions you have, you can just ask in the comment place. Thank you for your watching today. Well, in the comment place, we also have our WhatsApp and our email. You can just contact with us directly to give you more information. So just about the market and the quotation, the certificate things, you can all contact with us. Okay, so the first, let's have introduce about the PCB board. Well, all kinds of we'll give you an introduce about how to choose the PCB board recycling equipment, and which circuit board can be recycled, and about where we can recycle this kind of things, and what is the products that we recovered, and how about the cells, how to get the certificate, and what is the metals content of various board, and what to do, how to do this kind of industry. Is it worthwhile to do this kind of things? Well, today we will share you about this kind of information. Well, just like this kind of PCB board, there are two application files. The first one, some of our customers bought this equipment is to destroy the data. Some important information they want to destroy, so they can have this kind of equipment. Well, we will have the crash. By crashing and by separate, we can get the metals and to punish this kind of PCB board. This is a third application, and the second is to recycle the products like the metals and the resin fiber. Well, this kind of PCB board, like the computer mainframe version or the mobile phone PCB board, or some home applications dismantling board, we all can recycle it, and to crash by crushing and by separation get this metals and resin fiber. Well, the capacity our equipment have. The smallest one is 100 kilogram per hour for the small capacity, and we also have 200 to 300 kilogram and 400 to 500 kilogram per hour. The more biggest one is 210 per hour, or you can give us your requirements, your capacity, and our sales manager can give you a certificate. Depends on your requirements. Well, this is a capacity, and the separation rate we can reach to 99%. We have two separation devices. The first is the air separation, and the second is electrostatic separation. Well, there's two devices that to reach to 99%, the standard. So, and what is our products we can use for, and how to get the profit and applications that shows in this picture. We have two kinds of equipment, products. The first one is the metal. Well, we can just solder it directly, or we can extract the gold or other precious metals, and like the silver or other things. And also we can, for the other precious metals, we can have extraction. This is the metals we can use. And the main metals is the copper, aluminium, or other kind of. The main one is the metal, copper. And the third one is the resin fiber. Well, it can use at the building bricks, the ground painting, the wood plastic products. While the used applications will depend on the mesh we got for our resin fiber. Well, the more mesh we have, we can use at more precious ways that can use for to get more profit. Well, this is the two applications. Well, we can just recycle this kind of PCB board and like the home applications, the assembly factory, or some recycling center, or some other circuit board factory have some metal waste, or have some training center to get this. And this is the equipment structure. Well, it's very easy to understand. We have the shredder, crusher, and the separator to have this products. Well, if you want to have a more high quality of the products, like we don't want to get some cheap steel metals in our copper and aluminium and other metal, so we can have a first. Did it have here? Oh yeah, the dismantling device to separate the electrostatic components from our PCB board. Or if you want to don't want this crash, don't want this step, or you don't just want to crash it to destroy the data, destroy the information, then we can just first using a belt conveyor to the shredder. So this is a double head shredder, and we can crush it to 3 to 5 centimeters. Then it is the head crusher. The first crusher. The second step is the hammerhead crusher. By using the belt to convey it, to crush it to 8 to 10 millimeter. This is the second step. And then between the first crusher and the second crusher, we have a magnetic separator to remove the iron automatically, while it is a optional machine. So if you want, just we can have this device. Well, just if process the bare board with no iron, so it don't need to have this machine. Well, it is the have this device is to guarantee the quality of the metal. And then to the second crusher is a hammerhead crusher. Well, it's different from the first crusher. It's the hammer plate type. Well, it's the blade inside, not the hammerhead. The material is the same. Also, the magnetic steel. The magnetic steel. So it can crush the metals to 2 to 3 millimeter. And it also has a screen outside and the bottom to control the sizes. This is the second hammer crusher. And then is an eddy vibrating screen. The particles will come to the eddy vibrating screen to control the material size. There is a screen in the middle, so usually 20 mesh. So above the screen is the bigger particles. It will go back to the crusher to be break again. And below the screen, the smaller particles will get to the next separation, the air separation, the air separator, and the electrostatic separator. So there's two separator we can see here. The air separator here is can reach to the separation rate to 97%. And this have a screen in it and a wind blower inside, so it's called air separation. So when the material come upon the screen will be vibrate, and meanwhile the wind will blow from the below. So the weight of the material and the resin fiber is different. They will be separated under the wind and vibration. But the air separator is not necessary if you have a smaller capacity, like 100 kilogram or just above 500 kilogram. It's not necessary. We only have need air electrostatic separation enough. So usually if your capacity is 500 kilogram or bigger machine, you need an air separator, control the sizes and separate the metals. Then we can also have electrostatic separator. Is here it is, a loss separator device. Is that very clear? Here is a clear machine. We can see to separate the metals and resin fiber. Well, it's different of our machine with other machines. You can have comparisons of this step between the different manufacturer. So just our machine is a bucket elevator to feed the raw material, and including small hoppers inside. So just like other factories, they may use the wind conveyor to feed the raw material, not the hoppers. So if the wind is too strong, it's just a little hard to control the wind. If it's strong, it will suck up with many materials in the feeding area. So our bucket elevator will transport the material more evenly, which is can increase the separation rate. This is the first separator. And the electrostatic separator will sort the metals and the non-metals based on the electrostatic conductivity. It's not the wind. We'll use the electrostatic. So after change with electrostatic, the metals will be thrown out, and the resin fiber will stick on the roller and be scrubbed off when rolling on bottom. Then they will come out from different exits. So we can see it's two exits inside, and here and in the background, the resin fiber will come out, and from the metals is like the red. You see it's white because most of it is the copper, and we also get the resin fiber, the white powder. So from here, the separation rate we can reach to 99%. This is the two materials we can get. Well, the metals from our machine is the mixed metals. Well, it will about 90% is the copper, and of others is the precious metals. And the metals we can solder it directly or have a further refining. So this is the whole line. Here we also have a dust removal system, and it will contact with the crusher and the separator. Well, the post-dust cleaning system, we have two kinds of device. The first is the cyclone dust collector. It will collect the bigger dust, and this machine, the post-dust collector, will collect the smaller dust, the smaller particles. Then we can reach to the collecting rate to 99.5%. So you don't need to worry about the dust during the operation or other pollution we don't have, because there's no smoke, there's no chemicals or water pollution. So this is the some environmental protection device. And just like the post dust collector, it have a high absorption ability. There have a filtering bag inside, and the bag we don't need to change it more frequently. It can use for 2 to 3 years. So it also have an air compressor inside to remove the dust in the bag automatically. So just about the cleaning step, we have this automatically working step. And this is the equipment advantages. We have included 4 advantages of our equipment. Well, the first is the most important one. The separation rate can reach to 99%. And also it's environmental friendly because there have some safety purification device and some other protection device to control the pollutions of our production. So just there's no dust, no smoke, no chemical, no water pollutions. And then it's the wide applications or different kinds of the PCB board all can use this and different size. We can ensure it can use for different sizes of the PCB board. And the high working efficiency. Just all the step we can have the PLC system, the automatic system to work it automatically. Don't need too much workers. It's labor saving and time saving. Okay, and here is the pictures of different devices. It's very clear to understand. If you have any questions, you can just comment in the comment place, or you can contact with us. You can send the private message to us, and we can give you more information about the data, the layout, the quotation, and the certificate. Because we can't contact with you directly, and you can say hi to us and we can send you this information. Okay, and here is the more clear layout of our equipment. First, the dismantling machine. We can remove the components on the bare board. Well, this dismantling machine is by running by the heating or electrostatic of the gas to heat the bare board. Well, in the board there are some soldering on the PCB board. It will melt at the same time, along with a rolling of the roller. So the PCB board will collide with each other and the components will be fall off. This is the ways that we can remove it. And about the temperature, most of our we suggest that we will control it to 180 to 200 degrees, because if you have a lower temperature, it's not possible, may not be possible to scrape the thing completely. And when its temperature is too high, it will destroy the board. It may be scalded and the sale price will be affected. This is the temperature controlled about the PCB board, and we can just remove the resistors, the chips, the wires, and other electrical capacitors from the PCB board. And this kind of things we can sold it directly. Some of it is very precious and we can sold for prices. And then we can get the bare board. Well, the bare board will first come to the shredder to have a crush the shred again. The first step it's an optional machine. If your capacity is very small, you don't need this. It is suitable for a larger capacity, more than 500 kilogram or 1 ton, 2 ton. So this is a double shaft shredder. The sizes is 3 to 5 centimeters, and this is very durable, about H13 alloy. So it can use for 2 to 3 years. You can have a comparison about this machine, this blade, because some of the equipment may be very cheap, but just no more than 1 year they need to be changed. So just our machine, the material of the blade is very good and it's very durable, can use for many years. And this is the first information, the first device. And then the large particles will come to the crusher. We have two crushers to process the PCB board. The first one is hammerhead crusher. Well, it have a screen on the bottom to control the sizes to 8 to 10 millimeter. And then the hammer crushing is different blade. This is hammer blade and this is hammer head. Well, this is to control the smaller particles. And it control it to 2 to 3 centimeters. Also have a screen inside. While the screen is a stereotype, we need to change it more frequently, like several months we need to change. And in the middle between these two devices, we can have a magnetic separator to remove the iron inside, or it will just have influence about the metal's quality. Then is a sibling, or we can call it anti-vibrating screen. Also control the sizes to 20 mesh. It will have a screen inside. Well, if your material is not enough to get to the sizes, it will go back by the winding conveyor, go back to the crusher to break again. And below the screen, the smaller particles will get to the next crusher. Then is the air separation and the electrostatic separator. Two kinds of separation for different type, different capacity. If you have a lower capacity, you can just get an air separation, and if you have a capacity that's more than 500 kilogram per hour, then we can have 2-step. Or if your capacity is 1 ton or 2 ton, then we can get 2 lines of the air separation and 2 lines of the electrostatic separator. This is a main device to separate the two kinds of material. Then we can sell it separately for different prices. The metals is much more higher. 90% of it is a copper. Then we just the pure copper we can sold in China for more than 60,000 RMB. This is the prices. So just using the air separator, then we can reach to the 97% of the separation rate, and the electrostatic separator is 99% to ensure the pressing rate. And then this is the details of the device. You can have a look. If you have any questions, you can just comment. Well, the first is a double shaft shredder. It's the first step, optional app machine for the bigger capacity. So we used it 813 alloy. It can use for 2 to 3 years. You need to change it more frequently. And just like the word have say, the word high hardness, the high toughness, and long using time than the normal blade. And then is the hammer crusher and hammerhead crusher. You can see this is a blade. Well, the first hammerhead crusher is more similar than this, the hammerhead. And the hammer blade, you can see it's very thin. It can control the sizes to smaller particles. It's good in blade material, 6.5 manganese alloy, good toughness, and high wear resistance. Just the material, we can use the carbon steel or stainless steel. Then this is the electrostatic separator. You can see it's kind of different. This is a square box, and it may have some bag in it to collect the material. And first, the electrostatic separator for the larger capacity have a high low-tech electrostatic separation technology and high degree of automation, so it can reach to the separation rate to 99%. And the second device, air separator, it adopts Italian air suspension principle, so the separation rate can reach to 97 to 99%. It's easy to operate with variable frequency control knob. The pulse dust collector to control the sizes to collect the dust during this production. We also have a cyclone dust collector will collect the large particles, and the pulse dust collector will collect the smaller particles. It will have a filter bag in it, and by using the vane conveyor to clean the bag's dust more frequently. So the bag, we don't need to change it very frequently. Just some of the equipment from other manufacturer may need to change. It's a spare part, so it may have caused some waste. And here are some certificates of our company. Some certificate as ISO, some from the European Union or in China. This is the feedbacks. Well, you can see here, our customers are just have the distribution that more than 90 countries have our equipment. If you want to have this equipment, you can contact with us, and our sales manager can tell you whether in your region have our equipment, and we can give you and introduce about this, and you can come to our client's factory and know more information. Or you can come to China, to our factory, to our workshop, and see more information. Or you can you can just send your material to us. We can have free service for you to have experiment about the spare rate or the efficiency, the quality of the equipment. Here is the profile of our company. This is pictures of our factory. Well, it's in next to our nearby our company. That is in Jiaozu City, Henan Province in China. It's more than 40,000 square meters. So all the devices built in our own factory. You can come here and know more information. There are the whole line, and the prototype of different device. So here, the Henan Do Environmental Protection Technology is the name of our subsidiary company. Here it is in this live show, and the company's name is Doing Holdings. We also have other company, different subsidiaries for different products, and also we have a company in Nigeria, the subsidiary. So if you want to have this equipment in Africa, it's very convenient to contact and the transportation. So now we are the professional manufacturing team and after sales team to guarantee your product's quality and your experience. You can contact with our engineer, and we can know your requirements and give you the certificate and the layout, the workshop layout of your requirements. And this is the main products we can give you: the waste metal, plastic, electrostatic waste separation, and the recycling equipment like waste, couple wire, recycling machine, PCB board recycling machine, or radiator recycling machine, aluminium plastic recycling machine, and so on. And here is the main products. Just except the PCB board, we also have the aluminium plastic recycling machine, the copper wire recycling machine, and the radiator other single machine. Later I will show you the lithium battery and solar panel recycling, how to recycle it, and what kind of products we can get. You can have a wait, or if you are in this live show, I'm not sure is there anybody in it. If you're here, you can leave your questions to us, then we can know what our clients are worried about and give you this introduce. This is a project case. Almost all the continents we have our customers. This is a service we can give you: pre-sale service, on-sale service, and after-sale service. And for the pre-sale service, you can visit the production workshop where they're in middle of China, and you can come have a one-to-one device configuration scheme and plan to the equipment placement site. Well, this is the service to give for our engineer. And then on-sale service, you can check the production of the machine. You can come here, or you can buy the phone. You can just know the newest manufacturing process. And after-sale service, we have 1 year warranty, and you can have the guide equipment installation and debugging. Maybe some clients will worry about this, about installation. So if you need this service, our engineer can come to your workshop and help you to install it and help you to have technical training of your workers. Just we can give you some information about how to run this equipment and some tips that need to attention, like the temperature of the dismantling machine, or the optional prices, the spare parts we need to change, and how to check it. This kind of service for you. And this is the solar panels. The PCB board. Let's have introduced about the solar panels. What kind of solar panels we can recycle, and what is the process. Okay, and the same of the capacity. The biggest one we can have 1 ton, 2 ton. The smallest one 500 kilogram, 1,000 kilogram, just 1 ton. You all can have a different capacity, have different certificate. Well, the whole line we all use the physical method, so there is no pollutions, no other water, smart chemicals, or some air pollutions. So it's very environmental friendly, just like the PCB board. But the PCB board, if you have the dismantling machine, they may have smoke because we will need to heat it. The combustion system will have some smoke in it. We need the purification device. But this step, the solar panels, they are all the physical method. So just there's no pollution of it. And this is the 3D layout of the solar panels recycling machine based on 500 kilogram per hour. At present, we mainly have 2 capacities. One is 500 kilogram, another is 1 ton. This is a 2 type. Is most welcomed. If you want the bigger one or the smaller one, you can all contact with us. So we have a professional proposal after according to your requirements, give you this device. And then this is the raw material and the products we can get. Well, all sizes of the solar panels, we can all use this because the dismantling machine, the removing machine or the crushing machine can reach to different sizes. Don't need to worry about this. And the products we can get have the copper, aluminium, glass, plastic, and silicone. Well, except the aluminium, all the other products is the particles type or the dust, just the powder. Except the aluminium. The aluminium is a frame one. We have the aluminium frame outside the solar panels, so we can have the first step is the removing machine of the aluminium frame. So this is the products we can get. And then let's come to this layout where it's more clear. The first is the frame removing machine, or we can call it just the dismantling machine. This process, we need 1 or 2 labors to put the solar panels on the machine, and then to get the aluminium frame removed. Then the aluminium we can solder directly or refining it. The sizes, the prices in China is more than 10,000 per ton. This is the prices. And then we can get the billboard. The first we need to have the glass removal. Just the cover inside. We have 1 cover or 2 cover of the glass. We need to remove it. And the glass we can get is particles. The glass particles, not the glass dust. The dust is contained much more less. Well, it will influence the quality if the quality is not very high. And then this is the second one, the glass removing machine. And then we will come to the belt conveyor. Put it to the shredder. It is much more same. Double head shredder, double shaped shredder, and to shred it to smaller particles, 5 to 10 or 3 to 5 centimeters. Then this is a crusher and grinder. It's kind of some difference between that. And the first is the crusher. It will crush it to the smaller particles. Then we will come it to the grinder to grind it to the copper powder or other like silicon powder. Then the grinder is contact with the vibrating screen. Also, when its size is not very enough, so we need to control to remove it to the grinder and crusher to separate again. And it also have a screen inside for 20 mesh to control the size, and the dust will collect in a post-dust collector. Also, the coppers or other products will come to the electrostatic separator to separate from the copper and the plastic. The main one is copper and plastic. We can use the electrostatic separator and the air separator because one is a metal and one is a non-metal to separate it. Also, this is advantages. The 99% of separation rate, in environmental friendly and well application, high working efficiency. Also, it have a PCB board. Like the PCB board is a PLC system. It have a PLC panel or a PLC computer to control the sizes. This is a working process. The first one is to remove the aluminium frame. This is a dismantling machine or a removing machine. And then we can get it to the glass removing machine to remove the particles, the glass particles, and crush it to the smaller one. This is the products we can get of the glass. It's not the dust, not the powder, it's the particles, like nearly 0.5 millimeter or 1 centimeter. This is the sizes. And the frame, just the whole frame for the first side, we can solder it or remelt it, refine it. And then is the shredding, crushing, and grinding, the 3 step. To 1 step to just put it into smaller particles. Then it will control the sizes by the ID vibrating screen. Then for this step, we can get the silicone. The silicone, we can just remove it and just collect it. Then for the air separation rate and the electrostatic separation device, just we can get the copper and plastic from it. Because one is metals and one is plastic, we can use the electrostatic separator. If your material is like the products is one is aluminium, one is a copper, like the lithium battery of the products, then we can't use the electrostatic separator. We can all use the air separator to give the separation. And then just like the copper, we can sold it in China 60,000 square meter, 60,000 RMB, and the plastic just a few hundred or 1,000 prices. And this is some detailed information of it. The first is the aluminium frame removing machine. You use the PLC interface control and the automatic sensing system to automatically remove the solar panels in different sizes. Here we can just put it in the machine and it will automatically remove it for the first side. And this is a glass removing machine. Also, it is an inlet and outlet. We will put it automatically. Don't need too much workers to put it. Solar panels glass removing machine is used for removing and recycling the glass on the end of live solar panels. Here is inlet, put it, and the back plant exists. This is a glass outlet. Glass outlet, from here we got the particles, and the back plant we put it into the second crushing. And here it is a line, the crushing and separation line of our client's factory. Just the pictures in our client's factory in all over the world. If you want to visit, you can contact with us. This is all the equipment details. First is the shredder, just the same as the PCB board. I'll use it. The material is H13 alloy, and with the high hardness, high toughness, can use for 2 to 3 years. It's just the service life. And the crusher used is a 6.5 manganese alloy, with also a good toughness. But the screen in it is a spare part, so we need to change maybe 2 to 3 months. We need to change it. So if you buy this, our engineer will tell you about the spare parts, operation rate, the optional device or some main device. And then it's a grinder. It's made of special materials. It's good wear resistant, and also it is stable operation, easy maintenance, and convenient operation. It will separate the silicone from this grinder. Ceramic grinder is just to crush, and from the anti-vibrating screen, just contact with the grinder, it will separate the silicone. And then is the air separator and the electrostatic separator. Two separator. Also, it is the same as the PCB board. The post dust collector also is the same. We can all use a post dust, or we can also use a silicone dust collector. Separation rate 99.5. Don't need to worry about the dust, the pollution of your business. Also some certificates and some feedback. We also have our patent of different device just by our engineering team. You can, if you want to know this information, you can also contact with us. Also the profile. The Doing Holding is the company's name, and in this live show, in this program, the Henan Doing Environmental Protection Technology is one of the subsidiary of this Doing Holding. And we are a comprehensive environmental protection machinery manufacturing company that we have the installation team, manufacturing team, after sales service for you. So now we are professional manufacturing team and the production team or other the economic team for you. Also the production rate, the product, and like this. Later I'll show you about the lithium battery recycling machine, and also we have the combination machine to crash some other products, and the aluminium plastic recycling machine. Also for you, if you are interested, you can contact with us. And the PCB board radiator recycling machine. This is the project cases, well, for the solar panels machine. The same as a service for you. So here is some information about the solar panels. And then let's have some introduce about the lithium battery of different products and different raw materials, different processment. Here is solar panels. Well, the raw material is kind of different. It can from the power lithium battery, hard shell lithium battery, mobile lithium battery, or other kind like the plastic shell lithium batteries, and so on. This is the raw materials. And then the finished products we can get copper, aluminium, and the black powder. Well, the lithium battery, its components is the positive material for 40%, and the negative of 5%, and also is the electrolyte composition and the diaphragm for 90% nearly. So we need to evaporate the electrolyte and to collect the diaphragm. This is also called maybe the plastic, and other like the black powder. There's two kinds of black powder from the process, and this is a working process. Is there some layout? Okay, let's see here. And the first is the discharging step. Well, we will put the batteries into 8 to 15% of the sodium chloride solutions for 48 hours to let the batteries discharge completely. This is the first discharge system. And then to the first shredder to shred the batteries to smaller particles, 3 to 5 centimeters. And then there's a carbonization system to it will evaporate the electrolyte from it by heating to 100 to 450 degree. This is the first, the electrostatic carbonization system. And if you worry about the smoke, we have the purification system for you. And then they can get the gas and removal system. For this step, there is no pollution of the smoke. While different regions, different countries may have different policies of the purification, the device. So we have different program for you. You can type your regions from this from the commonplace. Then we can have introduce about different policies, or you can just contact with our sales manager directly and give you this introduce about this. And then the first we will evaporate the electrolyte. Then we can get the dry board from the first crusher. And the first crusher, it will get it is from the 10 millimeter. This is the first. And then is the first rotary screen. We can collect 60% of the black powder from it. And then the magnetic separator to remove the iron, the lining vibrating screen to remove the diaphragm. You can collect this in this step. And the secondary crusher, it will collect the smart particles to 6 millimeter smart material. Then the secondary rotary screen to collect 95% of the black powder. Then it's a grinder. Well, the type, the place or the device we give is the same as the solar panels and the PCB board. So we can share you about the picture of it. This is a grinder, and it will grind the material, mainly the copper and the aluminium. Then the ID vibrating screen. So here 99% of the black powder will be collected. Then by using the air separator, we can separate the copper and the aluminium. Now this is the whole line of the lithium battery recycling machine. Here are the features and the separation standards we can give for you. So if you have any questions, you can just contact, or you can leave your contact ways to us. Then our sales manager can contact you immediately. And this is some features, like we adopt advanced technology of the crushing and separation screen. So after crush separately, then the copper, aluminium, and powder of the positive and negative plate will be separated in the separation system in a high purity product output. So the standard with the recovery of the metal, we can reach to 98%, just greater than 98%. And the powder, the black powder, we can reach to 98%. And the diaphragm, just the plastic, we can solder it directly, also it's 98%. Just the content of the material in the powder, we can be lower than 1%. This is some guaranteed. And then this is a layout. It's not very clear to show you in the live show, but we can give you this this profile for you. Just send you this privately. Then we can give more introduce for you. Or other, if you want to know the quotation and or you want to know the market of this kind of business, the e-waste recycling business, or the other information about the certificate, you can contact with us. So here is today's sharing about you. Today we show you about the solar panels, recycling machine, and the lithium battery, and the PCB board. Just we are the manufacturer of this equipment. You can contact with us and know more information. Why we give this live show is just to share about the information, the products we can get, the whole process of our technology. If you want, you can have a comparison between different manufacturers about the certificate, the quality, the prices, the separation rate of different manufacturer or different company. Then you can know different advantages, different lengths of your of the device you want to get. So if you don't have any questions, then it's time to say goodbye today. We will have the live show every week. You can follow our account and know more informations. We will have the video for you, the information about the market and our company, or have some knowledge sharing of the device, or we may have some medical problems, some questions we will answer with our clients. So we will have to this kind of video sharing. So this is the whole information for you today. and it's time to say goodbye. I'll wait for 10 seconds. Is there any questions? If there are no more questions, so I will end this live show. Thank you for your watching today. It's morning in China, but good morning, and also good afternoon, good night. And thank you for your watching today.